Hello everyone, this is Siddhartha Roy. In this class, we will talk about multimedia communication. Multimedia communication covers a wide range of topics. From those topics, we have handpicked a few topics for our discussion. The first objective of this class will be understanding multimedia communication concept, the communication modes, and the asynchronous transfer mode, and Bluetooth. To dive into multimedia communications, first we have to know what is multimedia communication. Multimedia communication basically is a method that incorporates a combination of media such as audio, video, text, graphics, and whiteboarding, perhaps on an interactive basis. We all have encountered some sort of applications in our everyday life. Among these, Gmail, Zoom, Skype are prominent. Because of ongoing COVID pandemic situation, this sort of communications becomes more prominent day by day. There are basically five types of communication network. Five telephone networks that connects telephones, which allows telephone calls between two or more parties. Data network transfers data between nodes or access points through data switching, system control, and interconnection transmission. A television network broadcaster or a television program distributor distributes the television programs. ISDN is a circuit switched telephone network system that transmits both the data and voice over a digital line. Broadband multi-service network is basically a hybrid network that covers all of this. Under the category of interpersonal communications in modern times, the most used features are text, image, audio, and video. Suppose for Skype, you can do all of this. And under the interactive applications over the internet covers a wide regime like Cisco WebEx. Entertainment services varies from one another on a various regime. Suppose for Netflix, it only transfers audio and video. But in online multiplayer gaming, you can send all of this. There are various types of communication modes. Suppose for unicast communication is basically one-to-one communication. It can be further divided into three broad categories: simplest communication, half duplex communication, and full duplex communication. Simplest communications is a one direction only communication device. It can only goes from a single node to another single node, and the half duplex communication flows in both direction but not simultaneously. Suppose at a single time you can send the data from node A to node B, but at that time you cannot receive data from node B to node A. A perfect example for this half duplex network is walkie talkie. You have to push a button to work it. And the full duplex communication system is a network that can allow both networks direction simultaneously. You can either send it or receive data at the same time. Our telephone system is a perfect example of this kind of networks. Now comes the broadcast. Broadcast is a network that can be best described as one-to-all transmission. A sending node A which can transmit data to all of the node receiving node B without any prior condition or pre-specifications. And the multicast is one-to-many transmission. It is a multiple transmission that but not for all. Suppose in this diagram, B and D are not the part of this multicast transmission group, so they are not the receiving nodes of this transmission. On the other hand, C and E node can receive data. Asynchronous transfer mode or ATM is a switching technique used by telecommunication networks that uses asynchronous time driving and multiplexing to encode data into a small fixed size cells. Now, what do we mean by a small fixed size cells? Suppose take this example. Here, the data bit starts at bit 0 and stops at bit 1. Now, the 0 works as a start bit and 1 works as a stop bit, and data is a small fixed size cell which goes from transmitter to receiver. Bluetooth is a wireless technology standard used for exchanging data between fixed and mobile devices over short distances using ultra high frequency radio waves in the industrial, scientific, or medical radio bands. It can work from 2.40 gigahertz to 4.80 gigahertz, and thus building a personal area networks, otherwise called as PANs. The purpose of this class was to know about multimedia communication better from ins and outs. I hope this class serves the purpose.